Hello parents, today in this video I am going to be talking about digestive issues for kids, more specifically constipation, not pooping. You know you're a parent of a kid that has issues with constipation when you're posting smiley faces of poop emojis, you're high-fiving each other, you're going, oh that's awesome, but man, on those days where the child's not pooping for 2, 3, 4, 5, even sometimes 7 days, where they're just struggling, they're in agony. And if it's a baby, it's gas pains, they're crying unconsolably. A toddler, they're pounding their fist on the ground, they're screaming because it hurts so bad, and you're sitting on the sidelines, what to do? What are we gonna do? Obviously, with a lot of medical professionals will say Miralax, get a Miralax, a magnesium citrate's a little bit more of a alternative. But still, the issue is there, and that's what I want to talk about because this can have some other ramifications too. Could be anxiety, can cause anxiety, digestive issues later on in life, and that's why it's so important that I want you to listen up to this video. Hey, I am Dr. Randy Wirtz, and I've been taking care of kiddos, ever since 2004, but man, when I moved to Columbus, I really started taking care of a lot more, where half of my practice is about kids and pregnant women, and really seeing my cases of kids with constipation. I had some struggles even with our own daughter with constipation, but she's bouncing back out of that. And I want to offer you some tips from the person that's been in your shoes. So first of all, let's look at diet, okay? Diet is huge. And this is something you can do at home. So something to stay away from is the bread and pastas, especially if they're toddlers or even little or starting to transition during formula. It can cause some issues if it's iron, a lot of iron. Also, when you're transitioning from breast milk or formula to solids, you have to really ease into it, make sure the food's nice and soupy and doing that way. But bread and pasta, big no-no for kids that are having issues with pasta. Even a big no-no, it's not really great for the diet anyways too. But something you can incorporate, we call it the pea diet, which is all the vegetables that start with P, or the fruits that start with please. You got prunes, you got plums, you got pears, and peaches are all great for getting this digestive system moving along and just softening the stool, making it easier for children to pass, have a good bowel movement. Okay, apple cider is a little trick too. I've been giving our daughter apple cider lately, and it works really good. Works good for adults as well. Okay, gets the stuff moving, but I want to also talk about water. So we got foods to avoid, and ripe bananas, by the way, are another food to avoid. So we want the peaches, we want the plums, we want the pears, we want the prunes, and sometimes this can be in a liquid diet as well, like prune juice and those types of things. And then avoid the really ripe bananas because those are really hard to digest and push through, and the bread and the pastas. Now water, something that you would consider drinking lots of water or getting fluids in that as well. Or even a warm bath will help things move along as well. Swimming is great because it combines water, right, which you're floating, and then you're moving around. Work great for our daughter, by the way. So just swimming in a warm bath, swim lessons, always a good way to get that incorporated as well. But movement is the next thing, which is incorporating swimming too, because children have to move. And movement really in adults helps with bowel movements, but it especially does with children. So getting them to run around in the yard, playing, wrestling, doing those types of things, even bouncing on a bed. Be careful with this. Maybe not condone without an adult. I know it's like bouncing on a bed. That's so dangerous. But have their hands bounce, 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 bounce. That tends to settle things along as well. And you're trying these things, but they're still not moving. And that's why I talked about my last suggestion or recommendation. We always want to understand what controls the bowels. Well, they have the bowels, and you think, well, what's wrong with them? Well, maybe it's not anything wrong with the bowels. It's what the information getting there is. It's like the nervous system that controls the bowels that's talking to them. And if one nervous system, they're not able to talk, like, you need to go, close down. Well, hey, the nervous system is not controlling the bowels. It's not communicating with the bowels. They're not getting the information. So an analogy I like to use is, you ever have your hand go limp, like it fell asleep and numb? Well, try writing with that, right? It's all uncoordinated. You can't make out your writing. It's hard to make anything legible. Well, just think of the stomach, or just think of the bowels for your children that way too, where the nerves are just not talking to the digestive system, the bowels, and they're not pushing things through well enough, not digesting things through, not absorbing water, reabsorbing water. So it makes it harder to push. You're trying to write with a numb hand while you're trying to poop with a numb bowel. And you can't have that. That's not going to work. So that's what I'm working with as children, is getting their nervous system to talk better with their bowels so they function better, so they work better, and doing the things that they were programmed and designed to do, which is poop easy, be smile, and be happy. Okay, if you have any questions, have any concerns, let me know. Hey, our Healthy Kids workshop is coming up. We'll be talking about this. I invite you to come along, or, even inviting a friend. That is an online workshop, so you can stay at your home. Going to be super casual, laid back. Don't think it's going to be formal. Oh my gosh, I have to do makeup. Geez, I'll probably be in a t-shirt and rocking it out that way. And just having a good dialogue too, to make sure that I'm answering your questions, but you can definitely work through some of the issues that these children are struggling with it. Seemingly no one else has the answer for. Hey, I'm Dr. Randy Wirtz in Thrive Chiropractic. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.